Hello! So here's me doing another video on reflecting on things that I've done as part of my Gold Arts Award. I can't remember the names of the different parts of Arts Award, but there's a video. I'll put a link to it down there somewhere that that explains all the different parts of Arts Award. But basically, I'm reflecting on something I've done while researching the arts. So recently, oh wait, forgot to say this. We've got a special guest puppy on the show today. We have a Doris. Where's her face? Who decided to climb on me just before and then fell off me and fell asleep. But yeah, I'm waiting for the dog sitter, because you have a dog sitter when your family decides to buy a French bulldog, to pick her up. Which is why I'm doing this with hair au mess, because once again, because I'm going to go to the gym once Doris has been picked up, and I don't really like to shower before the gym because that's ridiculous. So yeah, welcome to my videos, Doris. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about and reflect upon something that I've been involved in recently, which is the Juice Festival Commissioning Panel, or Commissioning Meetings, or I don't know the proper name for it, but basically Juice put a call out a couple of months ago now, probably, asking for people to send in like ideas for commissions, and then we commission one of them for sure. And then once all the applications, all the proposals, that's a good word, proposals have been sent in, Helen and Chris asked some of us Team Juice members, of which I am one, if we wanted to be involved in the commissioning panel or in the meetings. Because that's what I'm explaining, the panel. If we wanted to go to a couple of meetings and help, like read over the submissions and talk about them and have our input, because Juice Festival is a young people's festival and Team Juice is a team of young people. So yeah, I think what I really wanted to talk about, I mean, so first of all, it were a really good experience, and I always love being involved in that kind of thing. Partly because it's just fun to read over applications and fun to have a chat about them, and partly because one day I would like to send off submissions and things to some places, so it's good to get an idea of what's good and what's bad in those situations. And then there was another reason which I've completely forgot. Having input. I've already said that. No, but I just wanted to get that out of the way. I got a lot out of it. It was great. But I think the thing that I'm really wanting to talk about is a weakness of mine that I've discovered. Maybe not discovered, because I already kind of knew about it, but really thought about since then. Which is that I don't have it. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I know nothing. My brain doesn't have knowledge, which is of course wrong. Of course, my brain has knowledge. I won't get up in the morning and put videos on YouTube. I don't know, do anything if I had no knowledge. But what I mean is, I've realised that I'm really the kind of person that if someone comes to me and goes, Ryan, do this thing for us, then I can do it. If I do say so myself, I think I can do it well enough. It's really hard for me to go on a video and say I'm good at doing things, but if I'm being optimistic, I can do it well. But I think I'm realising that something that I really, really struggle with is finding new things to do and the practicalities of doing things. So that's a little bit different to what the meetings were about, but it sort of led me on to a thought process. So basically in the meetings, if someone says, oh, Ryan, what do you think of it? I'll be like, oh, this idea about, and I'm going to just totally make something up because I don't want to be giving details of Juice applications away because I might get arrested. So say there's this idea about a giant pink ball and there's going to be performances on the outside of this giant pink ball. Doris has a pink ball there. And someone goes, Ryan, what do you think of this idea? I'll say, oh yeah, it sounds really fun. I want to stand on the side of a pink ball. But then it's when it comes to practicalities, when people start going, oh, well, can you think of a space where we can put this giant pink ball? what kind of health and safety blah 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 do we need to go through for this pink ball? It's the sort of practical considerations that I'm just completely clueless about. I don't know anything. Yeah, I don't, and that sort of leads me on to the next thing, which is that also really applies to me finding opportunities for myself as well. Like I said, if someone says, Ryan, we've got all this in place for pink ball, now do something fun on it, I could probably do that, but I'm going to stop using the pink ball example. That's stupid. No, so for example, like, Helen came to me last year and said, Ryan, do some stuff, like, do you want to run the Juice blog for a bit? And I could do that because it were a thing. Like, the sort of, the medium, I suppose, was there. Like, it were a thing. It were just like, Ryan, do some things on this thing. It's part of, and so now that's a little bit of a focus with, not a focus, but a bit more of a thing with Juice, because I've been doing stuff for that, and I think I've done well enough with it. But if someone goes, Ryan, find 3 places to write articles for in the next 2 days, I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. Because I don't know, I feel like I'm lacking some kind of practical knowledge. And it's massively, like, I feel like part of that's confidence, but I'm starting to feel a little bit like, almost like confidence has always been a bit of a problem for me, but it's not the main thing that's holding me back anymore. I mean, I feel like sometimes maybe that lack of confidence in the past has sort of prevented me from seeking out that knowledge, but now I feel like the confidence is not so much an issue, but I'm still lacking some of the knowledge that I'd like to have that could really help me out and help me push forward. I hope that makes sense. It's one of those thoughts that's gone through my head a lot, like, recently, and makes complete sense in my brain. But then when I mean, maybe this is another one of my weaknesses. Now I'm trying to say it don't quite make as much sense, which is obviously because there's, like, in my head I'll say that and I'll be able to think of all these examples, which are not as easy to just say in the form of a 10-minute video, especially because I'm also worrying that this has gone on for 7 minutes and the first 3 minutes were me talking about a dog. So yeah, but really this is kind of a part 1 video. I am hoping in a couple of weeks or a couple of months or over the course of doing this arts award that I will, like, now that I've identified that as a weakness, that's something I can really focus on improving, rather than before where it would be like a worry just sort of in the back of my head, but not one that I really identified as something that needed improving. So I hope that all makes sense. I'm going to have to get someone to watch these videos and give me some feedback on me feeding back on myself. But yeah, so yeah, if you've stuck around this long, thank you for watching. Subscribe or whatever you say at the end of YouTube videos. There's not going to be any buttons here. I've just seen other people do this on YouTube videos. No, thanks for watching. And like I said at the end of my last video, if I've said anything that upsets you, not that I particularly think I have, but you know, I can't remember everything. I can barely remember anything I've just said. I'd rather you sent me a polite email and I'll make an effort to understand and apologise, rather than you tweeting about me and saying I'm the worst person in the world. Although, to be honest, that assumes that people care more about me than they do. Now I'm just rambling. I'm just bumbling on at the end. But no, thank you for watching. If you've watched, thank you for clicking on the start of the video if you did that. Thank you for existing.